All right. Hello, welcome back for probably the final chunk of the patch 6.1 MSQ. We are at the Baldesian Annex for Bridging the Rift, which I believe is the end of Quest 7 or something in Quest 7, and then we have one more quest after this. Let us continue. This will be a voiced cutscene. Twins? Oh, well, kinda. Not voiced. So, what did the forum decide? To put it bluntly, Master Matoya has burned some bridges here in Charlian and salted the earth for good measure. When it became clear that her student was the partitioner in question, well, no few members voiced their discontent. Oh, come on. The Emma Chamber was reminded, in no certain terms, I might add, of the incredible debt we owe to you and your companions. Also true. You know, saving all of existence. That served to silence the grumbles and stiffen a few spines, and it was agreed that allowing you entry into the archives was the least we could do in return. Aw. That is wonderful news. Thank you both for speaking on our behalf. Yes, well, I'm sure you are aware this permission was not extended lightly. Forbidden knowledge is to be treated with the utmost caution, and there will be repercussions if it is not. I wish you well in your endeavor and bid you good day. Man. Blue Alphino and Red Alphino's dad is very, very... It's all business. All business. A to B, then C to D, then E to F. Nothing in between. Nothing. Which I guess that's his character. I respect it. Ever the same, that one. I was just saying that. Uncompromising? Aye, but that very stoicism is exactly what Shirley needed to guide it through not one, but two exoduses. Yeah. Look at that smile, you know. Hi, Ojika. I think Ojika's busy. Yeah. That went rather well, I think. As a child, I dreamed up any number of schemes for getting my hands on those forbidden tomes, but now I can simply walk in through the door. Our focus will be on finding House Demier's research notes, of course, but the thought of so much knowledge at my disposal has me feeling a little giddy. I'd like to set out as soon as you're ready. Restricted reading. Yeah. Give me some random material. Let's go. There's only one as well. Seems silly. Montagane is waiting to offer you further instructions. I wonder if there is some math they employ to how much gil is rewarded for a quest. Is there like a word count converter? The more word count in a quest, the higher the gil reward. Like, why was the previous one 1605 and this one is 1432 and the one before that was 1001? Is it just random? I wonder what they use as a metric to convert it. I know back in World of Warcraft, if you were ever max level, they implemented a XP. The XP amount of the quest had a gold conversion rate. So that end game quests all gave you the same amount of gold because they were all the same XP rewards. But these are always all over the place with how much gil they give you. Not that the amount of gil they give you really matters. I have like 40 million or something, but it's still weird. I wonder. Just a random anecdote. Muse. I don't know. So Montagane is waiting to offer you further instructions. Let's go. You'll be heading directly to the archives from here, I presume. Yes. You presume correctly. Then you'll want to speak with the index page when you arrive. It's been instructed to grant you access to the restricted section. One of the mammoths. Excellent. Once again, we thank you for all your help. Oh, it was my pleasure, believe me. May you find the knowledge you seek. Thanks, Grandpa. Shall we? Your toll is now accompanying you. Yeah, I'll have to go see what this quest's all about. That might be, maybe this is the dress up Red Alphino and Blue Alphino's mom, the quest. Anywhere to talk? Just one place in front of the, okay. Now, usually it's on the way, but you never know. Always gotta check if there was any other places to talk along the route. How about a little size action? I mean, you know, for old time's sake, Aquavale. Yeah, it's a bubble. Just splashing everywhere. I think Charlian will get the next residential district next expansion, if they even add more. People will go pretty bonkers for a Charlian residential district. That'd be cool. Might be Rods at Han instead, because I already have a whole bunch of stuff built on the side. Big residential looking chunks. Charlian is like just one blob, and it really only has a few houses in it, which is, I mean, there's obviously more, but it's basically, this is just the academic center heart of the... Come along, Bay. Numenon and its forbidden wisdom awaits. Yeah, yes, we're here. To think the set of instructions I laughingly imagined may actually exist, but yalms away from where you found me napping. Maybe. I don't know whether restricted section even is. Is it downstairs? If I had known of Azaldal III's exploits sooner, I could well have saved myself days of research. Even a children's book might have pointed me in the right direction. To achieve the impossible, one must needs be flexible of mind and look beyond conventional wisdom. A lesson I had already learned, but clearly not taken to heart. So the index page. Oh, it's just in this room over here. Because this goes, I mean, it's just copy and paste empty space all the way down to the bottom floor, but this is the elevator then? Archon Yishtola and guest identify. Do you wish to proceed into the restricted archives? Why do they type it like this? Why is it leet speak? This is a dig at gamer speak. It's also the freaking SpongeBob meme. The every other capitalized letter crap. They don't always talk like this, do they? I never really clicked on these for like passive dialogue. That's so... Oh, okay. All right. Okay. Okay. All right. All right. Okay, Yoshi P. Okay. All right. You know what? Okay. All right. Follow me if you would, watch her step, and please note that the use of naked flames is discouraged. Oh, damn. No naked flames. That means candles and stuff. Oh, music is popping. Yeah, it must be downstairs, yeah. Oh, she is so excited.
If House Damir's notes are to be found anywhere, it will be here. Let us begin.
Indeed. It's like a remix of the Google Library. Or it is just the Google Library, but you never hear the very beginning of it because you're loading in. Those bookcases seem very not practical. The middle ones, the column ones. Oh, that's it. That was just one. Okay. It's a bit like the library. Remember watching the Castlevania Netflix show? There's a library in there, all the Belmont's knowledge. It was more square, but it had just large towers of books and stuff. So many books I've yet to read. Yes, yes, we are here for one specific volume. You needn't remind me. Uh-huh. What are you gonna glance through while you're here? Oh, I'm just trying to find this one thing. Read 17 books to get there, and then distills and find. I gotta. It's over here. It's gotta be. The following pages detail an advanced method of manipulating rift-spanning apertures as devised by Nuwashashan, the 9th patriarch of House Demure. Yo! First try. We present these research notes to the faculty of Charlian's Studium as both a token of our friendship and an expression of our boundless admiration. You appear to locate the forbidden volume you seek. You still will need to make the final confirmation. Oh, well, crap. The other flickers went away. Well, all right. Well, I'm on pace then. I'm not clicking on everything randomly and getting other little bits and bobs. Nope, just immediately right to the correct one. That's it. Something you'd like to show me, do you? My apologies. I flipped open a single book and was completely absorbed by the contents. So, Epiphanies of House Demure, a forbidden research log detailing an advanced method of manipulating rift-spanning apertures is devised by no. Yes, I put it in my pocket. The whole book fit in my pocket. Well done. I think you have found our prize. Yeah, first try. Gaming. Actually gaming.
Yes, the ether signature is unmistakable. I've felt the traces of House Damia's resonance many times at the Great Work.
What? Okay.
Time to see what all the fuss was about. Among the ranks of the Void Sent, there exist entities with the power to call forth their brethren from beyond. The species known as Atomos, however, is uniquely prodigious in this regard. From its distended maw, it can expel an endless procession of void-born creatures, a talent which sorely tested the Radiant Host in its battles against these abominations.
These are in the treasure dungeons, though, too. What the heck?
Surmising that the entity itself was acting as a void gate, we endeavored to capture a small specimen and subsequently examine its physiological structure. Our findings revealed that the Atomos had absorbed a planar fissure into its own flesh, which it could expand at will into a functioning gate. Upon further analysis, we identified an ethereal wave pattern emitted during this process. A pattern we were able to emulate by passing crystal-stored ether through a specially designed prism. We proceeded to embed said prism into an arcane simulacrum, thus completing what we have dubbed our artificial Atomos.
The voice acting is so good. All the little, like, Y'shtola inflections. Love it. So good.
How could I have been so blind to the possibilities? This species, not to mention its ability to summon Void Sent, has been discussed among academics for years now.
They're in the Crystal Tower.
Just before the advent of the 7th Umbral Calamity, we received reports of Atomos sightings from every corner of Eorzea. Surely you've at least heard the tales.
I fought many of them.
And still, House Damir went and built a mock Atomos of their very own. I'm not surprised the Archons consigned their work to a restricted archive. It was no easy task, but at last we've unearthed the volume we've been searching for. I'd be lying if I said I wasn't tempted to stay longer. See what other forbidden titles might be lurking on these shelves.
Correct.
Ah, but that would be abusing the very special privilege we've been granted now, wouldn't it? Better not.
That's the room that it's also the room from the Endwalker cutscene that we see Graha in. So you probably go back to the cutscene, the opening trailer cinematic rather. And if you watch that part where it pans down and goes through Shirley and zooms in, I wonder if that room is very identical to the one that was modeled in full 3D versus the one that was just modeled right here. We can't go back down anymore, can we? Congratulations on locating the object of your search. Please move along. Nope. Nope. Also, cutscenes. Finish the Easter cookie. Let's go. Looks I would love to start crafting the Atomos. I'm afraid this is far outside my field of expertise. Fortunately, we know a Hannish alchemist who would be delighted to involve herself in our House Demir project. Oh no, we're... Yep. Our business here has concluded for the moment. Please pass on our regards to the forums. Your message will be conveyed. Should you wish to indulge in more forbidden literature, I will be here. Patron mode disabled, security mode engaged. If anyone can help us, Nidhana can. They return to Favnir and look for her at the great work. Yes, indeed. To Nidhana then. She's gonna be beside herself with this task. Oh no. Is it gonna be like a big elephant though? Like the Atmos simulacrum? She's gonna make it a big Arcasadora, isn't she? Do it, you won't, cowards. Big elephant with a big pog face. All these swallow sleep-deprived faces, but their eyes still burn with fiery zeal. Some things never change. Just in case. Yep. Ishtola tells me you're pursuing a most fascinating study, and that you want me to be a part of it. Headed with a nod. I have no doubt you'll be interested. This research log should speak for itself. Will it now? By the sisters, this is the mark of House Demir. I never even knew such a work existed. You should. It was sequestered in Numenon's restricted archives, after all. It was, but that means every word within is forbidden knowledge. Dun dun dun. A forbidden tome filled with forbidden research, and you put it right into my unsuspecting hand. I can hardly wait to read it. Yep. Yep. Like I said. Yep. Uh-huh. Big elephant person pog face. Let's see it. Do you think the Demir were developing such marvelous techniques so long ago? How many innovations have been lost over the centuries, I wonder? Now that you've glanced over the notes, what say you to helping us build a new mock Atomos? I say yes, 1,000 times yes. Work on a Demir project that had even the redoubtable scholars of Charlian trembling in their sandals? No alchemist of the great work could resist. You're a woman after my own heart. And no, I suppose I should ask, what do you mean to do with this big-mouthed simulacrum once we've built it? Once it's a giant elephant big-mouthed simulacrum. So, there's a secret void gate, and it's sealed in the ruins at the bottom of the bounty. Today is a day of revelations indeed. The purpose of our man-made Atomos is to expand this hidden portal. Then I will need to see it for myself, I think. Manipulating rift-spanning apertures is not the sort of thing you want to attempt without first taking into account every single factor. Now, by all means, accompany us to the vault. I plan to lead us back there shortly, once we've finished gathering the components I require. Oh? Charlian's markets provided the raw aquamarine and pure water crystals, but I might need help obtaining a small quantity of astrally infused water. For such a liquid, you need to go no further than the Font of Maya. The aesthetics of the old once favored the place for their meditations, and the water which pools there now is known to enleaven the flow of ether. Enleavening. That sounds perfect. If you would be so kind as to fill a flask at the pool, I will petition Vritra to join us. The idea I have in mind won't amount to much without his authority to command the Void Gate. Shall we be about it then? We meet back here anon. Indeed. I will go procure this flask of water for you. There's no greater joy than having a new puzzle to ponder. Whoosh. Whoops. Got too close. I want to do a little whoosh action. One of the ways they make, I don't know how they do it. There must be some like hitbox around your flying mounts. Because when you get too close to structures and things, you hear like the whooshing sounds to help sell that you're flying. It's weird. There's some crazy sound design in this game, but I still wonder, like, the walking around footstep sound design, because there's no other noise when you're walking. It's a little empty because when you're walking, there's the rustling, there's the clothes moving, your armor or whatever, maybe a little, extra foley that helps sell that your character is moving. Because when you're in a dungeon sometimes and you're just walking with 4 people, it's just the same exact sound effect, just multiplied, 10 times, 8 times or whatever. It's one of the things that's a little strange, that it's still a little far off from being there. It's one of the small complaints I have, is that walking around, it's just tack, 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 all the time. But whatever. Astrally dense pocket. Okay, bye. Okie doke. A flask filled with astrally infused water scooped from a strangely specific point in the depths of the Font of Maya. You know what? I'm a TV. I'm a wigwam. I'm a TV. I'm a wigwam. Relax, man. You're too tense. Yeah. 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 Oh, Varshan and Estinian's here. What's up? Archon Y'shtola has requested that I join you, but of her plans she offered scant detail. The boy Mayrod was glad to hear the news of the Foundation. It means a new life for him and his sister. Aww. There's a Porksy? There's a player character like inside Nidhana's dress. What are you doing in there? Get out of there. Come on. I forgot to mention, the Font of Maya attracts aggressive wildlife, and you should watch out for them when you go there next time. My apologies. I fought nothing. Nothing spawned or anything. Do you have the flask for me? What the heck? I does. Yes, this should suffice. Thank you. Oh, I was one quest off. Give me that spell speed materia. I was one quest off, it seems. Or there's more? I thought I had counted properly. Oh, okay. This has a picture on it, so there we go. Void Theory. Y'shtola is eager to depart for the vault. Okay, let's see what happens. Look who I came across. Justinian seemed in need of diversion, and we, in turn, may need of his lance right now. Right then, now that our little party is assembled, let us make our way to the ruins. Will we have need of Matsuya's boat again? Not this time. Once Y'shtola informed me of our destination and arranged for a vessel to be made ready at Aklai. Your Excellency is ever a gracious host. Shall we? I feel like that was a slight nod that Nidhana wanted to see Matsuya, though. Do we need his boat? So I guess I was off in counting, or maybe they didn't show enough blocks on the patch notes. I thought that was only 8. Oh, this is quest 8 now. 7 was just really long. Yeah, must have been. This is quest 8. I suppose. Speak with the veteran Radiant. Oh, hello, hello. Oh, God. You need not keep your weapons close at hand. The Guardians will not attack if I am present, so I pray you leave them to me. And all this time, I thought the tales of Aldaldal's horde were no more than a drunken sailor's fancies. Onto the boat, if you please. We can chat on the way there. Maybe this is the same friggin' boat. It is not likely needed with Varshan along, but I held onto the map against the chance we might return to the ruins. Yeah, okay. The ship is yours to command. Our thanks. We set sail at once. It was exciting. Azaldal's legacy, to see the truth of a legend with my own eyes. All aboard for the treasure vault. Yes. Oh, there is even another one after this? What the heck? Well, hope we have time. I only have just about an hour. I don't want to go fast either, so we'll see what happens. Thought we cleared this place. Oh, I thought we cleared the place of constructs the last time we came through. It would seem a few stragglers remained. This is like a duty version? Oh, well, we're already here. Like there was nothing. Okay. Instant teleport right back to the room. He laid waste to them ere I could utter a single word. Okay. Uh-huh. Poor Vritra. He really should have spoken with Asinian before he left. I shudder to think what we've cost them in terms of construction material or construct materials. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. No problem. Voiced?
The ruins alone were impressive enough, but I never dreamed such a treasure lay hidden in the depths of the bounty. It may have been helpful to know this device existed, Your Excellency.
My apologies. The gate was a secret I shared with none but my closest advisors.
Yeah.
I feared for what might happen should those with ill intentions learn of its existence.
What is it you're doing now?
Asinians.
There's something I wish to verify. The NOAA reports claim that a short stint into the void carries little risk of etheric imbalance. Should one suffer an injury, however, or if one's expedition drags on longer than intended, that risk becomes significantly greater. Gra has theorized that a warding scale would confer protection from the void's corrupting influence. but I would prefer to test that hypothesis before we set foot in the 13th ourselves.
So, this is an experiment of sorts.
This boy.
Yes, an experiment. Tell me, how would you go about testing the efficacy of the warding scale?
Blast it with void goo. Might as well go myself. That's the first answer. Just send me. Just throw me through the portal. Say nothing and look meaningfully at Estinian. Maybe send a familiar. I mean, yeah, that's probably the most accurate one. No, I have to do the Estinian. Come on, this is so good. What's he gonna do?
What? Why are you looking at me like that? Surely you'd not expect me to wriggle through that tiny portal.
Absolutely. Take off all your armor
We
and
needn't
jump
attempt
in.
anything so drastic. A small familiar should serve well enough.
I love it. So good. You get naked, we'll butter you up, and you
Now,
just
although
slide
we
in.
can navigate a fissure, no matter how narrow.
She's gonna wait a
Which means
minute.
An arcane entity of similar stature
Okay.
should be able to manage the same.
She gonna summon her carbuncle or something from way back in the. What is she gonna?
I
Porksy?
hadn't wanted it to come to this, but no other familiars will do, I'm afraid.
Porksy? Carbuncle? She's a white mage before she was a black mage.
I
Wait.
dislike the sound of that. What manner of fiend does she mean to summon?
From ocean rise and cloudbank form, from mountain spring and rainfall storm, from river flow and life be born. Water, water, froth and foam!
Ready your arms. I fear she's been possessed.
Oh, come now. That was adorable.
Oh my god. She summoned Master Matoya familiars. Yep. Okay.
No, not my first choice. These familiars I conceived of as a child have the best chance of fitting through the gate.
Oh my god.
I only wish my younger self had considered a more dignified ending to the creation ritual.
Well, that's also a GIF. That whole sequence, that's a GIF.
In any case, these two should serve as well. This one will bear a warding scale.
The other one will not. Just slurped it in like a slime girl.
13th, we can observe how the talisman, or absence thereof, has affected the progress of the void's corruption.
Indeed.
If I could impose upon you to open the gate. Your Excellency?
Ah, yes, of course.
We should also be wary of void scent slipping through while we conduct our experiment.
Of course.
Estinian, you are to keep Nadana safe from harm.
As you say.
You had best be on your guard as well.
I have a glare button. I mean, now white mage is no longer a glare bot. They are a lily mage. That's their new canonical name. All the lilies. Oh yes, I could give yes. Froth and foam.
Oh, are you volunteering to join the Nixies? I could shrink you down, you know.
Oh my god. That was an Ada
Let us
face
begin,
if I ever
shall we?
seen one. The Japanese Yistola. The woman that voices the Japanese version of Y'shtola is very anime. Ara, ara. Our English one is not so...
Into the void.
Oh my god. Yep. Midhana loves it. Just loves it. And it's the Matoya music right now, too. That's fun. That was really good. Sister, save me. I've never seen you stroll the same way again. Froth and foam indeed. Oh, come on. Quick, someone go check the Square Enix apparel store. If they haven't made a Nixie plushie yet and or apparel that says like froth and foam on it, they're missing out on revenue. That's just like printing money. Come on now. You gotta realize your own memes. Every time I come here, it reminds me of the dark portal above the crystal tower and the final lash of Azadal's tail as she plunged into the void. Azdaya's tail. I thought that was a different name before. It's his sister's name. Ajdaya. Don't want to mispronounce that one. I struggle to picture Y'shtola as a little girl. Easier to believe she sprang fully formed from one of Master Matoya's cauldrons. What the, come on! Estinian. Yeah, you have a timeout. This is your timeout bubble. Hold on a second. That's for you. It's just you. All right? Well, it hit Hana's toes, but whatever. We need to wait for a time to ensure a meaningful result. Be patient and keep watch for any intruders. I'm gonna go lick the void. I can't walk up there. Froth and foam. Yeah, Nihana's loving this. She is just absolutely all about it. Look at her! Look at her! Yep. Big Dorcas. How long have you been here, I wonder?
I think we've waited long enough.
Been like 3 minutes. Froth and foam, by the way.
Nixies, return to my side.
Oh, yeah, one's a little gooey. Looks like Mia after a night out on the town. It's kind of sad. Okay, well, I mean, yeah. A little conclusive there.
Thank you, little one. You did well.
Yeah, just touch the void corruption with your bare hand.
The poor thing. Its essence has been irrevocably warped.
Is that the Knight in Black? Did he find...
We're out of time. I must reseal the void gate.
Was that just like a random... Just imps
They're coming through.
and tentacles. Insert I've seen enough hentai to know where this is going meme here.
Name of Alzadal III, I bar this door unto the void.
Mm-hmm. Slurp, slurp. Oh, no combat? No solo duty? Nope, no solo duty. At least not right now.
Well, that was a sharp lesson in the dangers of void gates.
They're like level 17 imps. It's twitching.
And what of our experiment? I'd say the results speak for themselves.
The unprotected Nixie has suffered extensive etheric corruption. As Nidana observed, it's well on its way to becoming a void scent. The one merged with the talisman, however, appears unaffected. I sense no changes to its equilibrium. Rest now, little ones.
Those things are huge.
Graha's theory was correct then.
So it would seem. But while our second familiar was untouched by void energies, the talisman itself shows signs of degradation.
Okay.
It was, of course, originally designed to shield the soul from primal tempering. It stands to reason that etheric corruption of a different sort would affect it differently. We may need to modify the warding scale's design to account for the 13th's uniquely unstable ether.
You've said much of the Void's instability, but my imagination fails me. What manner of place is this broken world?
Ah, my apologies. I forget that not all of us spend our days sequestered in dusty archives.
My eyeballs.
The 13th is a reflection of the source that was drowned in a flood of darkness. In Emmett Selk's own words, this tragedy was a result of the Ascians' attempts to force a rejoining. They erred in their haste, and made of that world a useless void.
My eyes.
You remember Una Kalhai, the unusual child we met during our troubles with the Warring Triad. He explained the fate of the 13th thus. The champions of that ill-fated world used the stone known as Auracite to contain the power of primals.
ARR lore.
But those self-same heroes were gradually corrupted by the Auracite's bleeding energies, transforming into fiends with an endless hunger for ether. By the time anyone thought to oppose them, Light's strength had grown too feeble, and the balance of the 13th tipped into eternal darkness. It was Elidibus, as I recall, who rescued Unakalhai's spirit from his final battlefield. But I wonder if there were others whom the emissary saved from oblivion.
The barmaid at the Wandering Stairs, or Arbert's companion, the Elven Swordswoman. Oh, yes, yes, yes. This depends on... I wonder if you don't get this option unless you've done that quest. This is, you learn about this if you've done the entire role quest. It's the end of all the Shadowbringers role quests. Yeah.
Silver, the adventurer who traveled with the Warriors of Light. And you say she was another of Elidibus's pawns?
Hmm.
I see. So Ciela, or rather Silver, was beguiled by the same dreams of heroism as Unakalhai. And what of your own experience? Will you tell us of what you observed during Noah's expedition?
What a freaking name. Una Kalhai. That boy's name. I wonder how high school was for him.
I can picture it now. The sunless, Stygian expanse, infested with legions of ether-starved monstrosities. A void in every sense of the word.
What you have described in such lurid detail is exactly why I hesitate to encourage you.
Worry not, great Vritra. Our journey into the 13th is but the first leg of a longer voyage.
The next expansion.
A voyage that shall lead us to other reflections.
Or the patch
to
content.
new mysteries and discoveries.
Yeah.
And I mean to be there every step of the way.
Yeah.
But first, I must focus on refining the warding talisman.
Then I can begin work on constructing an artificial Atomos. Or I could, if I had the relevant manuals to hand. Might I be so bold as to request access to the Satrap's family archives?
A push-pull?
Your Excellency?
Thinking about his sister.
Oh, yes. That can be arranged. I will speak to my officials upon our return.
We will see you back in the city then.
He's getting a glint of hope, or at least wonder. Stidian with the squint. Could also be worry as well. Because there still was all about other reflections, not just this one instance, but more. Seeing the Void's terrors firsthand was an experience, but I doubt fear of such creatures is at the root of Vritra's hesitation. Yeah. His sister's been there for
5,000 years.
So considering how long she's been there with her own scales, could she have held up against the corruption, or is it not going to be what he wants to find? Find out next time on Dragon Ball Z. Another portrait, so it's another full-on and materia reward again. So a satrap's duty. Y'shtola ponders the next stage of your preparations to enter the void. Ah, cliffhanger us. Let's go. Again, who decides how much gil these quests reward? A fair amount of, after the Alliance raid? A fair amount of what? More questing? More quests? I thought the Alliance raid thing on the patch notes was like 3 quests and that was it. You finished up all your stuff, Teddy? Nice. The garden, I believe, needs tending. Ah. Well, Nidhana something, blah, 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 blah. Will you be crossing the threshold alongside us? I realize this is more my endeavor than yours. To be honest, I have no interest in visiting the void myself. Might we discuss this later? There is something I must do first. And I go catch up on Vritra, who clearly was eluding things. Or exuding? Why does everyone insist on being so secretive? I at least had good reason for not wanting to explain my Nixie ritual. You mean froth and foam? Froth and
foam?
If there isn't a Nixie plushie out within the week and some Nixie merch and like a shirt that says froth and foam on it, they're missing a huge opportunity right there. People are gonna love that. And it's hard because you can't talk about it directly because it's spoilers like openly on the internet, but give it like a few weeks to lift the spoiler curtain. You're gonna see. Maybe I should like draft a tweet that just says froth and foam with a little cat face next to it and schedule it for like a week and a half from now or something. Ahem, shall we proceed with our other preparations then? As we saw, the warding scale can be effective at protecting the bearer from other sources of etheric corruption. Nevertheless, the talisman's durability will need to be improved if it is to withstand the void's influence for a prolonged length of time. I think that is a problem we can address without involving the brilliant but busy alchemists who created it. Who do we know who excels at this kind of structural augmentation? Reen? The twins? Garland Ironworks? Sure. Sid Biggs Wedge, etc. Jesse? The Alligans? I mean, yeah. Both, kind of. Probably the Alligans bring Graha back into this. Does he... Well, this Graha, I don't know if he has all the... I'm not sure. I want to give the Garland shout out, but it probably isn't the answer. Just because I want some voiced Biggs and Wedge cutscenes. An excellent suggestion. As I recall, Sid himself is no stranger to the Void and its volatile energies. With his experienced hand at the helm, I have every confidence that the Ironworks can strengthen the warding scale. Come, let us visit their operation in Ralger's Reach and commission their best and brightest. So not Biggs or Wedge. So Jesse then. Okay. Jesse and Nero, let's go. Oh, it just... I guess we left and we just aetherited out. That's convenient. Post-Alliance raid quests. Okay. Oh, the scene where you're sneaky to her and it does like the push-pull and the doom music comes in and she stares daggers into your literal etheric soul. That's so good. There are, so far, there's like 4 or 5 really great clippable and gifable moments from this MSQ. There's some good stuff. The scene where I just picked on Estinian during the end of the last quest was also really good. Perhaps this young man can locate Sid for us. Well... Hey, what brings you to the Ironworks? Well, there's like 6 different Ironworks locations, but... We have a commission for you and your president, actually, assuming he's available. Master Sid, certainly. I'll see if he has a moment free. But, like, where's Jessie, though? She's the brains of the operation. What's up, Chunky Boot Man? Who's apparently 38 years old. He's like a barely older than me. Look at this boy. This is what peak male physical appearance looks like before even 40 years old, apparently. A pleasure as always. I hear you have a job for us. Heading into the void to find a lost dragon. That sounds almost pedestrian compared to our last adventure. Honestly, I don't know if you could say anything that would surprise me after Meteon and that bloody mess. Hit with a smile. All right, let's take a look at this talisman of yours. You said there were signs of degradation. It's so weird. They do, I mean, it's easy to do the handoff animation like that, but how did I just hand that to Sid? I'm like 8 feet away from him. It seems some manner of corrosion has set in around a scratch on its surface. Much as the void's corruption seeped into Nero through his wounds. In any case, our best bet is to simply prevent the scale from being damaged in the first place. And how might we achieve that? We have a coating agent of strengthening trinkets and the like, but I'd be wary of applying any compound which might upset the scale's delicate alchemical balance. Far safer to dress it in armor. We'll construct a protective casing while utilizing metal alloys with high etherical conductivity so as to not impede the talisman's primary function. A suit of armor, as you said. Nero has compiled data on the 13th, so I'll have him pitch in with the design just to be sure. If only it were such an ordeal to convince him. If only it weren't such an ordeal to convince him to follow our safety protocols. I swear, I've never had such a reckless employee. In any case, we may need some time to untangle the particulars. Oh, like you mean next patch? Understandable. We know how busy your schedule is, and the final result will doubtless be worth the wait. The harder part will be ducking Jessie and her constant barrage of demands while we sneak about doing the fun stuff. We'll see what we can do. Okay. Yep. All right. Tune in next time on Final Fantasy XIV. Oh, goodness. I think we leave the rest to Cid's capable hands. Let's return to the great work and see how Hana is getting on with the Mock Atomos. That was a weird turn. The NPC movement sometimes in the cutscenes, because it's like triggered path movement, is a little robotic at times still. It definitely is a little bit. It's fine. Bum ba dum bum bum ba dum bum bum ba dum. I hope that Hana has good news for us. We'll see.
Hey, Stola. The adjustments are going well, I hope?
Tis a lengthy process, but the end is in sight, yes.
That's wonderful news. I myself had some good fortune searching through the Satrap's private records. What I found was a transaction log dated around the same period as when Alzadal's legacy was built. It included a purchase list of highly exclusive alchemical components. And I knew I'd discovered the key to making the artificial atomos. I then visited the High Crucible to commission the materials. After I'd explained my requirements, I was beset by volunteers insisting I allow them to help with the entire project.
Very curious elephant people.
The usual reaction to someone forcing open a void gate is to run for the hills. Harnish academics certainly are a different breed.
The alchemists of old were cut from a similar cloth. The unknown held no fear for them. Indeed, they were ever eager to seek new knowledge, regardless of the danger.
Yeah.
And were you not also fearless, heedless even, in your determination?
My sire entered his dormancy before I was hatched. And so it was Ashdaya who kept my eggs safe and warm.
Ah, there's a connection. I see.
It created a bond between us. Even long after I learned to fend for myself, I rarely strayed from her side. She was my guardian, my sister, my dear companion. And not a single day passes that I do not mourn her absence. No matter how deep the darkness, I would not surrender my search. I promised myself the time would come when we would once more take to the skies together. But I am Satrap now.
The Radiant Host is here to serve, Your Excellency.
Alra walk animation's so weird.
Nabdeen, what is this about?
Celestinian told us of your predicament. For centuries you have protected Rads at Han, never showing your true self, hiding behind a curtain and living only in service to the people. Your dedication meant more to us than your deceit, and so did we accept you as our rightful ruler. After all that you have sacrificed for this nation, did you imagine we would begrudge you your heart's desire? We survived the final days. We are a strong and proud people. We, the Radiant Host, will keep Thavnair safe in your absence.
That's really sweet.
I am grateful for your loyalty and for your encouragement. And yet...
Now you listen to me, Varshan.
Oh gosh.
You are wearing that face, after all.
Fair.
As I have told you before, you are a little brother to us all. And if you are family, then so too is your sister. We are there for you if you need us. But do not ask us to sit by and watch while you abandon a sibling you have ached to rescue for millennia.
Over 5,000 years. That's rough. Scribes? Was the alchemists.
We will succeed in opening the way. It is only a matter of time. All you need do is prepare to step through to the other side.
Fist bump. There's a Stinian. Oh.
Your Excellency, I wanted to thank you for building the orphanage. It means so much that my sister and I will have a place to be together, safe and happy.
All right, come on,
And
Square
I hope
Enix.
that you and your sister can be together again too.
So many heartstrings right now, damn it. Good lord. It's too sweet. Look at that big doofus. It's too sweet. I already finished my cookie. Damn it. To protect them well, you must take heart. Will you wallow in uncertainty forever? Super supportive, right to the point.
Take heart and protect them well. Such were the words I once said to you. And here I stand, failing to live up to them.
Well,
If my heart is torn, I am fit to protect neither Ashdaya nor Radzadhan.
a little harsh.
My people, I have come to a decision. Vashan will depart Thavnair for a time. My dragon self will remain in the palace, but only to conduct the Satrap's most essential duties. While I am focused on controlling this vessel, there may be matters that escape my attention. I rely on you, my trusted friends, to watch over one another until I return.
Let's go.
Take care and fair fortune, little brother. Many tears would be shed should you come to harm.
What's wrong with that boy's face?
I would not dare make you cry.
That Aura's face is very Play-Doh-y. I don't know what's wrong with the texture rendering on his poor face. That was really sweet. Frick. Frick. Damn it. There's Chocobo in the way. I will not squander this chance you have given me. I will find Ajudaya. Look at this freaking knucklehead. Convincing others to follow their hearts is not my forte. I would have gladly let out more philosophical comrades take the lead had they had been here. We'll have that Atomos built before you know it. When a project like this comes along, we will give it our full and undivided attention. Sleep? Ah! Who needs it? Well, literally most things that live. Otherwise, your heart just stops beating and then you can't work anymore. So, I mean, like, also... Oh, that reminds me. I should really finish that other project I was working on for His Excellency. Oh, come on. What the hell? What the... Yoshi Peak. What the hell? There's a peacock. What the hell? We have the Thancred storyline now, the little drip fed for Thancred, the little drip fed from Kryl and Graha. We have this new little drip fed from Idhana. We've got Sid doing his thing over here. We got the main stuff with Y'shtola and Vrishra now. What the freaking... You surprise me, Estinian. For a lone wolf, you've shown an unusual degree of, shall we say, involvement in helping Vrishra reach this conclusion. 'Twas for the greater good. The worm's thundering sighs were keeping his citizens awake at night. And had travelers believing the palace racked by some unnatural storm. But of your own answer then, you seemed disinclined to venture into the void. When I was with Nidhogg, his vengeful thoughts were my thoughts, his endless rage, my rage, and the soul-chilling grief he nursed from Madataskar's death. I would not wish such agony upon a foe, let alone friend or ally. If there is a chance we can spare Vritra that pain, then I will follow you. Look at this boy! Just the four of us. Any other former Scions we should call on, or an unusual crew we have here? I'm gonna take a third off. Just the four of us? Triple dot? Question mark? With things as they are, I'd rather not bother our comrades with aught less than the dire threat to the star. It will make for an interesting journey besides. Traveling in a smaller party for a change, crowds can be a bit draining, don't you think? Now, on to the specifics. Unlike the first, where the flood of light was halted before its devastation was complete, the 13th has been utterly subsumed by darkness. My plan as such is to explore the void in stages, withdrawing to safety after each brief foray. It would be more convenient had we had some manner of base camp nearer to the gate itself. Oh. One of the palace chambers should serve. Come, let us reconvene outside the Megaduta. You can never just say that word without like recoiling your head into your neck and Megaduta. It's just how it naturally comes out. We gotta go to the Megaduta. See, I can't even just say it normally. What? Someone needed to give that boy a good talking to. Fair. You don't suppose I'll be reprimanded, do you? I did just yell at the Satrap. Hey, dude, kinda did. Kinda did a little bit. Just enough. Did kinda yell at him. That's true. Oh, Nabdeen's eyebrows were burned off in the fires of Venice body. Is that why his face looks like Play-Doh? Oh, maybe that was being really insensitive of me. It is the rendering for whatever reason on like the texture and shader on his face looked like the same kind of Play-Doh you'd make fake meat out of. Oh, it's awful. No, rip. I need to talk to. Oh, we lost other dialogue. I clicked too soon. There's so many people standing around. F. No. Ah. And so we require suitable accommodations. But we make something available for our guests. This is gonna be the. It's gonna be the freaking like Rising Sands Part 3. We've had Waking Sands, Rising Stones. I don't know what's gonna be. The Flowing Waters. All the chambers are presently hosting a great mounds of treasure we carry out of the vault. Once the Foundation's activities begin in earnest, however, we can redistribute the trove and make a room or two ready for habitation. Good. Please inform me when you've completed the arrangements. So like that animation, they can't make characters like swivel turn. They go like, it's a little strange. I don't know why they can't. He's also a guard, so maybe he's walking in straight lines because it's, you know, it looks more official. But you saw Y'shtola do that earlier where she was like 34-degree turn, walk straight. As you heard, we will have you settled in due time. So I can't. As ever, you are most gracious, Your Excellency. You risk yourselves to aid me in the search for Ajdaya. Providing comfortable quarters is at least I can do. Only wish we knew more about our destination. The gods only know how long our explorations might possibly take, or what our chance of success might possibly be. I'm gonna guess 3 patches. 0.2, 0.3, and 0.4, because 0.5 will set us up on the pre-expansion stuff. I wonder if we'll do all the 13th stuff in patches, and then like it'll be even broader and bigger in the next 7.0 in a year and a half from now. Succeed or fail, I'm grateful to you for convincing me to make the attempt. Yeah, kick his ass, Estinian, like a big brother. On that note, I will return to the great work and lend what help I can to Nidhana. If your preparations to make we venture into the 13th, now is the time. Girl, I've got until August. All I need is my armor and my lands. Perhaps I'll train with the Radiant Host to pass the time before we depart. Yo. New Estinian glam when we get to the next patch. He hasn't changed his armor in forever. I know it's like special, you know, Azure Dragoon armor, but like dragon scale infused. Oh, let's go. New Estinian glam. You know what this means to me, babe, but my purpose need not consume you as well. We are headed to another world. I've been there before. I've been to like 3. Find what joy you can in the experience, for you are a traveler, an adventurer at heart. This I know. Daw. The springing mountains? That's pretty good. Give me that direct hit. So is that's 6.1 then? But wait! There's more! Meanwhile, in the 13th. It's gotta be the Night in Black. More Night in Black teas. Yep, there we go. Let's go. That's not the Knight in Black.
And thus I am returned.
Ah.
To this world, bereft of saviors.
Let paths unwalked, adventurers spur, pulses quicken, spirits stir. So that was the Reaper Void Scent that bonded itself to Xenos. And with Xenos defeated, his Reaper Soul Simulacrum buddy covenant with Void Scent obviously returns the void scent to where it was from. Unless I'm totally off base here, that's what that was. Well then, we have that story to unravel. The other 1700 that I just talked about a moment ago. And we, of course, have the Knight in Black. What does it mean? To be continued in August, I suppose. That's what it means. That's what that means. Good lord. Okay. Our journey into the void promises to be neither short nor simple, and I will persevere. I have kept my sister waiting for far, far too long. Oh, I clicked off. Yeah, we go. Good. Oh, yeah, okay. Holy crap. 6.1 just peppered so many stories, so many. My god. Really, it's like 6 or 7 storylines that we've been introduced to. We basically finished one, which is like understanding in the portal and the back and forth, the whole Atomos thing opening, going back and forth with the scales. We finished one, but there are literally like half a dozen more now. And the next one's not until like August. I think is what the timeline looks like. Man. Okay. Next up is the Alliance Raid series. That will not be today. That will be later this week. Tonight we have Raid in Pandemonium, Asphodello Savage, Hesperos Part 2. We're working on Act 4. Yeah. Close. We could really defeat Hesperos this reset, which would be nice. We've lost like a month of raid time. It's crazy. But that's that for 6.1. Next, we'll do the Alliance Raid series about the 12, the Myths of the Realm, part 1 of 3. So those will be up next. And I still got to work on the role quests to get to the new role quest stuff in Endwalker as well, which we'll also work on those. Also, we need to work on I just need the map. Give me the map. Hold on. We need. Wait for it. Wait for it. Wait for it. We need. Nope. We need. I can't see blue quests to figure out how to play Dress Up Your Own Levier. That's next also. All right. Good gracious.